Hey, welcome to Rock and Recovery, where today we're going to talk about the differences between suicide and accidental overdose. I know those are tough topics, but it is Suicide Prevention Month. So we're going to try to prevent those suicides from happening as best as we can. So just bringing awareness to it and, just the stats on it and what leads up to it and all the feelings associated with being in that headspace. I know it's a hard topic. And so if you're not ready, don't listen. So here we go. So far this year, there has been, I've got the stats here, right here. Uh, well, it's estimated this year's there's going to be over 740,000 deaths due to suicide worldwide. In the US, that's 49,000 per year. It's up from last year, it's up from the year before that. It happens every 43 seconds. There's a death related to suicide, and that's nationwide. Men are three times likely to commit suicide between the ages of 19 and 25, I think, or 29, and add addiction into that, and it's even worse. Now, what can we do to stop that? Just talking and letting it, just doing this can prevent it. Just doing this right now. And suicide is different from accidental overdose. Yes, some people do commit suicide by overdosing on purpose. They take a hot shot, they do too much on purpose, and that because they want to commit suicide that way. It's a hard topic. I know suicide has affected my life. I've thought about it. I've had to find somebody, my wife, that I found hanging in my closet. I had to cut her down. And I relive that all the time. Every 15th of every month, I relive that. That's the date that she did it, June 15th of 2024. But it's also the date that I got sober. And every day that goes by, every 15th of every month, I relive that. That's just how it happens. So this month, I'm doing something different about it. I'm talking different. I'm going to talk about it. I know this ain't the 15th, but still, and what leads up to being suicidal, to your suicidal thoughts. People that are going to do it aren't really talking about it. They're hiding in the shadows. They already feel like they're worse than everybody else. They feel like they're not enough. They feel like they're a burden. They feel worthless. They feel unseen, unloved, unnoticed. So the best thing that we can do is let them know that they are loved, they are seen, they're not a burden. They are noticed, they're appreciated, they're needed, you know? Even if you don't know the person, they're still needed in your life. You never know. You never fucking know. And it's hard to talk about suicide because nobody likes delving into those deep, because we all, some level, some of us have felt the same feelings over and over and over again. And certain people, it just builds up and they don't have anybody to talk to and they just suffer in silence, and then they're gone. They're gone. And, some of the best things we can do is reach out and talk to people. Just talk to them, just see how they're doing. If you know this person is constantly depressed all the time, reach out and say, hey, how's your day? That could be all it takes. Or, hey, I'm here for you, and feeling like you're a burden, that's terrible. Who likes to feel like they're a burden? Nobody at all. Add addiction into it, because, hey, addicts, we're hiding from our emotions anyway, and we don't feel them. And being in that space in our head is dangerous. And once we start feeling, nobody will miss us. Nobody will miss us. The world would be better off. If this all of my life is going to be, I think I'm better off not being here. That happens all the time. People think that way. I thought that way. What am I talking about? I thought that way. There's one point in my life where I didn't think I was worth anything to anybody. All I did was hurt people. All I did was an addict, a prisoner. I was in prison forever. And, so all I thought about was maybe Maybe I didn't have the balls to do it. I was scared to do it. I wasn't gonna, but I came close a couple times. I came close a couple times, you know, and while I was an addict, while I was in addiction, I came close to it a couple times, more than a couple. And it's hard to know that we go through life and the person walking down right beside you on the sidewalk or the person you see in the store could put a smile on their face like nothing's wrong and be chatty Cathy or you know whatever the guy version of that is, and just be happy and hey joyful on the outside while dying on the inside. And you're never going to know. You're never going to know because they don't show it. They don't want people to judge them because they're already judging themselves. They're already judging themselves as the worst person possible, as the worst individual they know. They already think that they're worthless, that they're not doing great, that nobody is there for them. Walking by somebody saying, hey, how's it going? How are you? You need some help? That might be all it takes. Now, overdoses, I don't have the stats on overdoses, but accidental overdose is not a suicide. That was accidental. If you're doing drugs, if you're shooting up drugs, I shot them up. I knew what I was getting for the most part, but there was times that I always wondered, and there's those times where I had to do so much that I had to go to sleep, so I overdose, but it was on a drug that I knew the effects were going to be an overdose, so it was sleep. Overdose for me was sleep, and that was it. And so if you're out there, you're shooting up your dope, you're sniffing it, you don't know what you're going to get. Be careful. Now those of us that do IV use or used to, we knew the precautions and we knew how much we could take, but then there's always those times you don't know what you're getting and you accidentally overdose and it's lights out. I guess you quit your addiction. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. I don't want to see anybody suffer like I had to suffer or my wife at the time had to suffer. I don't want to see anybody suffer that way, and if you don't know what you're getting, harm reduction is great. Harm reduction is awesome. I mean, they do great work. And if you don't have it in your car or on your person or in available, get some Narcan. You never know. You never know if you're going to need it. They pass it out for free in most states. You can go to anywhere and just about get it. And yet you never know who's going to need it. You really never are going to know who's going to need it. And that's so depression, addiction, thoughts of worthlessness, thoughts of never being enough, thoughts of just hating yourself. Hating yourself is one of the leading causes to suicide. It says in the US alone, just the United States last year was over 49,000 deaths due to suicide. Most of those were men, because it was that unwritten rule, man up, we're supposed to bottle everything up, we're supposed to not talk about it, we're supposed to just be able to deal with it. And what does that lead to? Addiction and bye, and when we're supposed to deal with it all the time and we don't know how to fucking we don't know how to deal with it all the time. Our dealing with it is saying, yeah, I got it. Okay. Ask me how I'm feeling. I'm doing all right. I'm okay. Meh, fantastic. Yeah. And go on about my day. I used to do that. Yeah, I still do that, but I used to do it too. I didn't stop, but I just do it in a different way. And I'm able to process those emotions. I'm able to feel them. I'm able to think through them. I'm able to let them go. I'm able to work through my emotions because I am sober and clean. I'm able to work through my problems instead of just putting a cork on it and then shaking that bottle some more with the drugs and then see what happens. You're going to explode. And how you explode is different. Sometimes you implode. Sometimes the explosion's on the inside, and all you want to do is not be here. I felt it. I don't know how many of anybody out there that's listening has felt it, but I have felt it. I felt that way. I've seen the effects of feeling that way. I've had friends of mine OD, accidental OD, some of them on purpose. In prison, there's a lot of on purpose. I've seen it take people's lives and suicide by hanging, and it sucks. It does suck. And it's a hard topic for me because now I get to remember everything that went on prior to my wife taking her own life. And yes, she was depressed. And yes, she battled addiction, but I wasn't present there either to notice it. So, yeah, I don't blame myself. I do not blame myself, not anymore. It just had to happen. It's just one of those things that was there for a purpose. I just had to accept that it was an answered whatever. She's not feeling any pain anymore. So, she's not suffering. And that was all they want. All people, suicidal people, all they want to do is not suffer, not feel the pain of depression, the pain, emotional trauma, all the pain of it builds up and builds up. And who likes pain really? The pain becomes too much. The burden becomes too much. When we think we're a burden, that burden itself becomes too much. And it just sucks. I mean, feeling that way sucks. Now, what can we do about it? We talk to somebody going down the road, high five somebody. A good friend of mine says, make somebody smile, high five them, ask them how they're doing. High five somebody, give them a smile, let them know that they're seen and that they're appreciated, even if you don't even know them. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is just not engage. Say hi, how's it going? And if they're having a bad day, okay, let them have their bad day. Let them have their bad day. It's okay for you to have a bad day. If you are feeling these thoughts and if you are suicidal, there is 988 in the United States and Canada and 111 in the UK. And there's the Trevor Project. You can text, there's the Trevor Project. There's the suicide hotline. There's all these resources for you to just talk through it. There's so much that I just want everybody to be happy, not even happy, just content, ever changing. This world is changing all the time. There's enough chaos. There's enough sadness. There's enough depression. There's enough hate. Why do we have to be hateful? We don't. All you have to do is be kind. And yeah, overdose suicides. I don't know what the statistics are on those, but I could look them up. But however, accidental overdose is a big, huge killer in America too right now, in the world, because the drugs are not what you think they are. They're more potent. They're more deadly. You just don't know what you're getting anymore. So be very careful. I mean, if you're still in the active addiction stage, be very careful. Don't do it. Get some help. Go to rehab. Quit. I know you say, well, we can't just quit, Jason. If it was so easy to just quit, I would have already done it a long time ago. You just can't quit. But you can make the choice to do it. You can make the choice to stop using. And once you make that choice, you seek out the help that you need to stop using. You seek it out. Other people. Now, if you're feeling like that from other people, get away from them. If somebody's telling you that you're a burden, that you're making you feel the suicidal thoughts, that you're not worth it, get the fuck away from them. Get away from them. Go. Just leave. You don't even take anything with you. Just fucking leave. If somebody's telling you that you're not worth it on this planet, that you're better off better off not here dead, that you're better off unalived, get out. Get out. Because that person don't care for you. That person doesn't care for himself. It's all about that person now, or herself, himself or herself. If you have somebody that's telling you that, get the hell out, because eventually you're going to believe, if you already aren't believing everything that person's saying, and you're going to end up taking your own life. You're not going to talk about it. You're just going to do it. And it should be on that person's head, but they're never going to charge that person just because, the world's better off without you. How many people have heard that before? I know I have. The world would be a better place without you here. Okay. Well, the old me is dead. How about now? How about now? Tell me that now. You can't. So, haha, fool's on you. Haha, I'm still here. And everybody else that's listening is still here because you're worth it. Because you are worth it. Because you're enough. Because you are loved. Yeah, everybody out there, you're loved. And you don't have to be alone until you choose to be alone. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. Now, if you choose to be, that's your own choice. But believe me when I say the right people will never judge you. The right people will never judge you. They will always want the best for you. Surround yourself with better people. Surround yourself with people that want to lift you up and care for you. Surround yourself with people that want to see you do your best. And if you don't do your best, they're asking you, okay, how can we get it better? Instead of degrading you and putting you down and making you feel worthless, like the failure you already think you are, find better people. Find better people. That's all it takes. Find better people. You know, there's I don't know how many people are in this freaking country, like 330 million or billion. I don't know, but there's a lot out there. There's enough that you don't have to do it alone, and you can find better people. Find people that you want to sit at their table for. And say it again so the people in the back can hear it. Find better people. That's it. Just find better people. Find people that are going to want to see you succeed. Find people that want to see you do your best. And if you're not doing your best and you know that you think you've already failed, these people that you have surrounded yourself with, if they're the right people, are going to help you succeed. They're going to help you succeed, not hold you back, not drag you into their own misery, not do anything else. They're going to help you succeed because they want to see the best for you. Because believe it or not, I want to see each and every person that I have around me, I want to succeed too. Because you know what? One day, who knows, I may need that person. I'm fucking selfish. Call me self-centered. Call me whatever else. But if I want you to succeed, there's a reason for it, not just for your own benefit, but for mine too. Yeah, I might need you. Yeah, call me selfish. Call me an asshole. Call me whatever you want. But I'm telling you the truth. I need that person in my life to succeed, maybe to help me do the same thing, to succeed. Success isn't all money. It's successful people are individually successful. Success is different for everybody. Some people's success is waking up in the morning and getting out of bed. Fuck making it, just getting out of it. That's success. That's a successful day. Jeez, I'm successful. All my words are wording today. Imagine that. But that's a successful day, is just getting out of bed. Be grateful that you are here and present today. Stay in today. Now, talk about depression. That depression thing, that is, once you get down that road, it's dark, it's lonely, it's not fun. So you quit thinking about the things that are making you depressed, like the past, because that's all you can get depressed about is the past. Because how can you get depressed about a future if you're not guaranteed a future? So why are you thinking about it? Why are you thinking about a future if it's not even promised? You can't. You can set yourself up for the future. You can set yourself up for the best possible outcome for a future. Do something today that's going to make it easier for you to succeed tomorrow. Yes, you can do that. even if there's not a tomorrow. That means you're doing fucking today. That means you're doing today perfectly. Perfectly. If you're setting yourself up for tomorrow, you're doing perfect. If you quit living in the past, if they say the past is always holding us back. If we live in the past, we're bound to repeat it. It's true. If you think about the past and you're living in your past and all you think is about your past, is you can't live for today. You can't see going forward because you're stuck in your past. You're stuck in the quagmire of emotions and trauma and everything else that happened in your past. Let it go. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fly the finger at your past. Bye-bye. It's not there anymore. Yes, it's always going to be part of us, but it's not who we are. The part of us is the past made us, but it doesn't define us. It made us stronger. It made us able to make it through today. Because guess what? All of us right now, if you're listening to this, you've got a 100% perfect record for surviving bullshit. You've got a 100% survival rate. You're batting 1,000. Any fucking all-star in baseball would love to bat 1,000. You're batting 1,000 daily because you're waking up the next day. You've got a perfect record right now. Perfect. Yeah, perfect record. Guess what else? That slate's wiped clean daily. What you do yesterday doesn't affect you today. You can just let it go. New slate, new history. Oh, wait, I was already talking in the history. It's all new. All this is new. So if you start living for today, surrounding yourself with better people that want to see you succeed, people that want to see you do better, people that want to see you moving forward with your life, you're doing fantastic. You're doing fantastic. I want all of you to know that I appreciate you. I, Rock and Recovery Jay here, appreciate you. I love all of you. And I hope you're around for the next podcast tomorrow. This one's not over yet because I'm still talking, but still, I hope you're around here for tomorrow so I can say the same thing, because you are greatly appreciated in my life. And because you know what? We might run into each other one day and I will say, thank you. I appreciate you. You guys are what keeps me going. And I love all of you. I might not have met you, but I still love you. It's easy to do. You surround yourself with better people. You surround yourself with people that are caring, that have integrity, that aren't going behind your back and talking shit about you, that don't hold your past against you, that don't want to drag you down into their misery. Because if you're up here, you're doing good, people can't stand that. They got to chop you off at the knees and bring you down because they're so miserable in their own damn life that they need somebody to talk bad about. They need somebody way down here that, see, I'm not as bad as that person. That person right there, they suck. Look at them. They're worthless. I'm way above that person. That person's worthless. Never will you hear me say somebody's worthless. Everybody has a value. Everybody in this world has value. What kind of value is different, but you all have value. You are all worth it. And you know what? For the person that's thinking, well, Jay, you don't know me. I'm not enough. I'm too much. I'm too much. I'm not enough. I've always been too much. Nobody can handle me. Everybody leaves. Everybody does this. Everybody blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. That's in your past. Those are past experiences. Yes, it's hard to forget them. Yes, you learn from them. You learn what you're not going to accept. You're not going to accept these people treating you that way. So you've made yourself better. You've set up boundaries so people don't treat you that way. You set yourself up boundaries so they don't make you feel like you're a burden. So they don't make you feel like you're worthless. So they don't make you feel like you're not enough. People that care about you will not make you feel worthless. Yes, yes. There's those times when they might be going through something and it just happens to spill out on you. It happens to bleed all over you. It happens to, start bringing you down. That's when you can say enough's enough. You're not going to treat me that way. You're not going to treat me that way. And I know I am of value. I know I'm not a burden. You might think I'm a burden, but I don't think I'm a burden. So maybe there's something in you that needs to grow and realize that that burden's a blessing. That's it. If you feel like you're a burden, you're really a blessing. You really are. To the right person, you're a blessing. That's it. Because I can learn from that person. I can learn from anybody because I keep myself open to that. I can learn from the person that feels so bad about themselves that they don't know how they're living today. I can learn from that person because I value them. I value what they have to say. I value their just being here. Just being here. I value that. You are enough. The right person for you will never think that you're not enough. If you feel that you're not enough or you're too much, you're never going to be too much for one person. That person is never going to be too much for you. If you feel like you're all your baggage and all this past blah, blah, blah bullshit in the past back there that I can't see it, if you think that that's too much, then guess what? I'm here to tell you that, yeah, you went through some hell. Sure did. What'd you learn from it? What'd you learn from it? Where's your boundaries at? Okay, don't do it again. Plain and simple. Not too much. Just right. Just enough for the right person. There you go. Why are you so stuck in reliving this past when you already know how they treat you, how that person treated you, how life treated you? How do you know how you treated yourself? Why are you stuck in how you treated yourself or let yourself accept? Why are you so stuck in it? Start growing. Quit making excuses. Quit making excuses to move forward and be stuck in what you know. Yes, it's a defense mechanism. Yes, you can use it as that, but it's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. Get over it. I say that in the nicest possible way. Get over it as in work in letting it go. Work so it's not affecting you. Work so it's easier to manage. That's it. I'm not telling you just to let that go. Just forget everything that's happened to you in the past. You can't. Nobody can. But it gets easier when you don't have to live it every day. It gets easier when you're not a burden to yourself. That your past makes you feel like you're a burden to yourself. So that comes out in your presentation to other people. So that's why you'll say, I'm too much for somebody. I'm too much. Nobody can handle that because I'm too much. Because your past makes you a burden to yourself. Learn to let that past not affect you so much. And you'll start letting shit go. You'll start being able to let it go. Find people, find something that's going to help you get through today, and you can learn to let it go. Life is tough, but sobriety is possible one day at a time. You're absolutely right, Larry. Absolutely. But we can learn to let shit go if we quit living in the past. If we quit letting people affect us still, even if they're not part of your life, letting those people in your past affect you is dragging you down, making you feel like you're a burden to yourself. Just take a deep breath and tell yourself, I'm not going to let my past dictate my future. I'm not going to let my past hold me back. Not going to let my past affect people I care about. Not going to let my past affect me anymore. Not going to let my past affect me anymore. No, that's all you can do. That's all any of us can do. That's all any of us can do in life is not let our past affect us, make us feel like a burden to ourselves, make us feel like we're too much for ourselves, make us feel like we're not worth it. And then what happens? Why is this Suicide Prevention Month? It's not just awareness, it's prevention month. It's because we're trying to prevent those things from happening. So to prevent those thoughts and feelings in yourself, because everybody has those feelings, everybody has those thoughts, tell yourself that you are not enough or that you are enough today. Tell yourself that you're not too much. Tell yourself that you are loved, because you've got to start learning to love yourself. It's a process and it takes a long time to love yourself. And most of the times we don't even like ourselves. We're always finding some flaw, or we look in the mirror and go, oh, what's that? Ew, I look terrible. No, look in the mirror and say, you got this, Jason. You look fucking fantastic today. Nailed it. Learn to love yourself. Change your perception about your life. Not all the things that's been going on. Not all the things that's been going on. Yeah, it is easier said than done, Larry. But the gym, the beach, mountains, breath, location issues, your community won't mind sharing numbers or time through FaceTime, Zoom, Google Duo. You're right, Larry. You're absolutely right. The people that you have in your life don't care about what went on in your past. They don't care. Because we weren't in the past. We weren't in the past with you. We care about you now. Not saying that we don't care about you. I don't care what happened in your past, other than it's trauma and you got to deal with it. And I'm here for you to help you through it as best as I can be. But honestly, if I didn't know you in your past, I don't care. Your past is nothing to me. It's only something to you. I know that sounds heartless, but it's not. I'm telling you the truth that unless I was in your past, then I really don't know. You can share all you want with me. I can share all my past with you, but honestly, other than we can say we're sorry, we can say we empathize, but do you, or are you just going to be honest and say, I don't know. I guess that's a lot of shit you got to work through. So what can we do today to help you forget about your past? Because, working through it is one of the first steps of not feeling depressed. Now, you got to be in a safe spot to work through your past. You got to be in a safe spot for depression too, because depression, once you start getting in there, you just get more and more and more and more. And then you get anxiety because how am I going to continue today? What's going to happen tomorrow? What if I get depressed tomorrow? I get anxiety because I might get depressed tomorrow. How much sense does that make? None. I'm going to get anxiety because I might be feeling bad tomorrow, because something bad might happen tomorrow. And I'm going to get anxiety over the thing that's not happened yet, over something that hasn't happened yet, that might never happen the way I want it to, but might not ever happen in the bad that I want it to either. How am I going to get anxiety over that? Doesn't matter. I'm going to get anxiety, and then I'm going to get depressed because I've got anxiety. And then I'm going to have more anxiety. What sense does that make? None. How does that work? Let it go. Live today. I know. You say that, Jason, but do you really? Yeah, I really do. I really do. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Whatever I do tomorrow, I'm going to freaking nail it, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. I'm going to live today. Tomorrow, I've got a calendar and I've got a schedule of people sign up to be on my podcast. And do I know it? Yeah, I make plans for it. So if it doesn't happen, when it happens, 90% of the time. Is there some days that it doesn't? Sometimes. How do I feel about it? It happened. What can I do? What can I do? Something else is going on in their life. Something else is going on in my life. What can you do about it? You got to live it. You got to live it and learn it and go through it. That's it. That's it. And somebody says, who, none of us live there anymore. Who are we to judge? We won't. That's very true. We won't. Hi, my name is Jason. I'm a recovering drug addict of over 20 plus years in active addiction, IV use. I've tried just about every single drug out there, and I was addicted to one of them called methamphetamine, or we just call, I was addicted to more. I was addicted to not feeling. I was addicted to not feeling. How about that? I'm recovering, and this is the way I recover. Suicide Prevention Month, Recovery Month. That's also this month too. If you're in recovery, I'm proud of you. Keep going. Keep it up. I'm proud of you. You are enough. You are worth it. You are loved, and you're fucking worth it. Don't you think that you're not worth it, because you are. I want to see each and every one of you out there making it till tomorrow, because you know what? God doesn't give shit to the weak people. He gives us the biggest burdens because, hey, he knows we'll make it. He knows we'll make it. God says he'll never give you too much you can't handle. Even when you think you can't handle it, you can. It's a true fact. He doesn't give anything to his weak people, the weaker people. You know what? Maybe those weak people are the richest people in the world because they've never had to work for anything in their life. You ever think about that? Maybe those people down here that are struggling daily, struggling to make it through a day, are some of his strongest people, because we do have to struggle. We do have to make life work on life's terms. We don't have the money to go out and get everything that we want. So maybe we are the strongest people. Did you ever think about that? Change it up a little bit. Just change your perception. That's all it takes. Just a little tiny shift. Think about it that way. You're one of God's strongest people. If you've gone through bullshit and you're still making it today, you're one of his strongest soldiers. Strongest. More power to you. That's Rock and Recovery. If you're going through shit, dial 988 if you're in the US or the UK, or US or Canada. 111 if you're in Canada. There's a Trevor Project you can text. You can text. I'll put them all in my notes so you all have them. But that's Rock and Recovery for today. Love you. Talk to your neighbor. Make sure that they're noticed and that they see you, that you see them. Make sure that you know that they're not a burden to you. And make sure that you know you're not a burden to your damn self too, because that's what it's about. Quit being a burden to yourself and quit thinking you're a burden to yourself. Let that past go. Don't let it dictate your future or your present, and live for today. Rock and Recovery. I'm Jay. I'm out.